Hello YouTube and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Marek Alexa and this video won't be about pen testing per se. Reason for being is that earlier today I just came across this inappropriate content on social media. I use Mastodon, it's the only social network I actually use. Besides YouTube obviously, and I just came across some content that was so shocking to me, so disturbing, that actually I figured that I need to actually do something about this. Yeah, basically it was inappropriate pictures and videos of minors. I think they were underage females, and I was just shocked that the lack of any kind of real-time moderation wasn't there, right? And I just figured, like, I just imagined parents with their teenage girls or teenage boys, right, like a 13-year-old, and they would just type in the keyword teen or teenage, right? They will hit enter, and they will be getting all this inappropriate content. They will, like, instead of getting content that's actually suitable for teenagers and young people, they will be getting these adult content essentially. Yeah. And I just figured, like, instead of making a video about pen testing, this is very much related to online child safety, and I figured I could use Python and Mastodon's API to write up a Mastodon bot that would automatically, without me doing anything, would report these types of accounts and posts to administrators so they can actually deal with it, right? So without further ado, without too much rambling, let's get to it. Okay, we can start with creating the virtual environment. I have already done so, as you can tell from this beginning of the line. Yeah, my Python virtual environment is already activated. I will leave you to it, so you can do it yourself. You don't need me to show you to how it's done. And also make sure that the latest release of the library is actually installed. It's the pip3 install mastodon.py, like that. I won't be running it because it's already in my virtual environment, it's already installed. Yeah, but if you haven't done so already, just install it. Yeah. And okay, so we can create now the file, and I will just call it reportingbot.py. okay, and we'll need to import I will be importing two libraries. The first one is obviously Mastodon, and the other one is OS. The reason why I will be using the OS module is because I will be passing in some credentials, some login details, and obviously I don't want those details to be on YouTube, right? So I will be passing them in, or parsing them, if you will, passing them in as an environmental variable. Excuse me. Okay, so from Mastodon import Mastodon and import OS. Okay, next block of code, bear in mind that it needs to be run only once. Yeah, it doesn't have to be, because if you will be running this bot very likely, like periodically, like in intervals, yeah, once it's run once, you can just comment it out. But for the sake of this example, I will just type it out. Yeah, so it's a Mastodon create app, like that. We need to first argument is the name of the bot, so I will just call it a reporting bot, like this. Second argument is the API base URL, which basically is the URL of the instance. Mind you that Mastodon is decentralized social network, right? It's not that different from Twitter or X, if you will. But the only real difference is that Mastodon is privacy first and decentralized, right? But it also means that it actually runs these different servers. And mind you that even though if you put one specific instance, like for example in my case I'm putting HTTP techhub.social because that's my instance, yeah, or that's the instance I'm using. It's not my instance, I don't own it. But that bot, when it logs into this instance, will still be able to scrape data and post from other instances. Yeah, so that's something that we need to know. And the third argument is toFile, which basically is an argument where we need to parse in the secret token we get from Mastodon. Yeah, you need to actually log into Mastodon, click on development and generate a token, and then token you will use in this argument. And in my case, I will just parse it in as an environmental variable for the sake of security and confidentiality. osnvron.get secret, like this. Alrighty, that's it. And I will comment this one out because I have ran it before, so I don't need to run it again. I'm not quite sure what will happen if you actually run it again. There's a good chance that it would just overridden the one you have before, so real impact would be minimal, but there's no real reason to run a code that doesn't need to be ran. So I will just comment it out or make it a doc string, it doesn't really matter. And yeah, next I need to create an instance of Mastodon. Mastodon and I need to create I need to parse in the client ID, which again is the secret that will Mastodon give you. Yeah, so again I will just pass in the environmental variable. Why, I don't know why is it so hard to pronounce for me. environ.get is the secret. Okay, and next we need to log in. Yeah, the bot needs to log in. Mastodon.login, and there are two ways to actually log into Mastodon. First, the preferable one, or the preferred one, is using the OAuth, yeah, and the other one is using like the old-fashioned username and password. I'm not gonna be using OAuth here, even though it's preferred method, simply because actually there's like two steps to it. You need to actually, they will ask you to generate this code, and you need to open the browser in order to get the code and then pass it into that prompt, and which in a way means that I would have to use headless Selenium to actually make this work, to make this bot work, which means extra library, which means extra code, and I don't really need OAuth in this bot that badly, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so I will just go with old-fashioned username and password, and I don't have to use headless Selenium. Okay, so username, and I will pass in the environmental variable environ.get username and password. Sorry, like that. Password. Get password, like that. And the scopes basically means what privileges does the bot will have, or will it have, and I'm just giving it read privileges and write. Read because I will be scraping or reading different posts from different timelines, and write because I will be the bot will be writing reports, which means writing. So that's that. So now we are logged in. Next thing I will do is I will create a Python dictionary posts. The reason why I'm creating a Python dictionary is because when I thought about how I will structure the data, I figured one of the best ways, or one of the simple ways of actually storing the data is storing the account ID of that person or whoever is actually posting those posts, those inappropriate posts, and I will store it as a key, and then I will associate all those posts, those inappropriate posts, and their IDs as a values. So it's going to be basically key value pairs. Key will be the account ID, and the value will be the list of, or the Python list containing the IDs of those explicit posts. I hope that makes sense. Okay, next thing I will do is I will simply scrape those timelines. Okay, so let's do it. So first one will be teen results, Mastodon, timeline, hashtag, and it's going to be teen. Next one will be very similar, yeah, because I noticed that actually when I tried 3 different hashtags that are on their own, they're innocent, yeah. Any teenager can just type in teen or teens, and it's fairly innocent. After you type in the word teen into the search bar, you should be getting suitable content for teenagers, even though it's not the case on Mastodon. So I will just paste it like that, and the second one will be teens, and the hashtag will be teens as well, and the third one will be teen girls, like this, and the hashtag will be teen girls. Again, like I said, if you type in any of these hashtags into the search bar, you should be getting content that's suitable for teenagers and teens. You shouldn't be getting any CSAM, yeah. And next thing I will do is I will just create a Python list of all explicit keywords, words basically that my bot will be determining if it contains in that post. Mind you, there are two. I think there are 2 ways to go about it. First is to detect the inappropriate hashtags in those posts, and the other way to go about it is use OpenCV or AI also, and have AI to detect the age of the person, of the minor, the female in that picture, right? But I'm concerned about the false positives, that the number or quantity of false positives would be just too high. Yeah, because AI is super sophisticated these days, but it's just not good enough in determining the age of person in that picture, in a picture. Yeah, so for that reason, for the sake of minimizing the number of false positives, I will just go with textual information. Yeah. Okay, so explicit keywords. And I will just make a list here. Not the most favorite part of this video for me, but it needs to be done. Okay, so basically now the bot will be determining if the word teen or teens is if it's right in the same post, like on the keyword, like for example the keyword sex or the porn, because if to me if the post contains these 2 keywords, teen and porn or sex or sexy, to me automatically that's a CSAM. Yeah, no questions asked. That to me that's a CSAM. Yeah. Okay, post. And now I will just loop through those different posts, and I will use the Mastodon API to determine whether or not those keywords are there. In teen results. For keyword in explicit keywords, if teen in post.content. In case you're wondering why I'm typing post.content, it's because this is how Mastodon API actually works. Yeah, when you loop through different posts, it gives you certain attributes. Yeah, and it happens that when the content is an attribute of a list, basically. So you are basically it's a text it's a textual attribute. Yeah, it will return post.content will return the textual value of that post, and keyword is also in the post content. At this point, it's exam to me. Then I will type in or I will type out the try except statement. Yeah, because I need to determine. I don't want any duplicates. Yeah, I want this bot to be as useful as possible, which means I want to minimize duplicates and irrelevant posts. Yeah, so try, and I will try if that ID of the account is already in that Python dictionary. If it's not, I will add a new list to it, and if it is, I will just append on the post, right? Post and it's post account.id. Again, if you are wondering how did I come up with post account ID, it is because how Mastodon API works. Yeah, if you play around with the API a little bit, it's very intuitive. It's not very difficult to learn, and it will take you probably only 20-25 minutes to learn how the API actually works. So I'm super thankful to core developers of this library that they made it so intuitive. And yeah, if this on its own, if it doesn't error out, that means that the account ID is already in that dictionary. So I can just append. Yeah. So instead of just appending straight away, what I will do, I will also check if the post ID isn't already in that in that list. Like I said, I don't want any duplicates. If post ID not in posts, okay, that's post account ID. And if it's not, I will just add it to it. I will just append. So it's post account ID append. It's going to be the post ID like that. And then accept key error, because the only real error I can get is the key error, because basically that means that the account ID isn't among the keys. So I could essentially just do accept like this, make it super generic, and it would still work. But by specifying key error, I'm just being super explicit here. Key error, and it means that actually I need to create a new key value pair. So post account ID, and I will just create a new list, yeah, with initial value of the post ID like this. And next, it's going to be actually pretty simple, because all I need to do is basically the same code, but it will be doing different hashtag. Yeah. So what I will do now is I will just copy paste. This is 22 to 30. That means 8, 9. I will just copy paste it like that, and I will do another one for the third hashtag, which is teen girls, like that. And I will just change the hashtag, so it will be detecting teens, and here it will be detecting teen girls like this. Alrighty. Next, what I need to do is create a list of the account IDs I have already, or the bot has already reported. Like I said, I don't want any duplicates. I don't want to be spamming admins. Yeah, I want this bot to be as useful as possible. Okay, so already reported, and I will create just a list like that. And another thing I will need to do is, because I will be actually storing this data in a text document, and the text document comes with certain characters that you can't see with your bare eyes. And one of the characters is actually carriage return. And for that reason, because I know there's going to be correct returns symbol, I need to clean that data. Yeah, so what I will do, I will create another list, already reported clean, like that. And what I will do is with open, mind you, that document, that text document needs to be already created. Like I could type in a code, yeah, they will check if it's not already, if it doesn't already exist, just create it there. But it's for me, for the sake of this video, it's not really a requirement. It's not really worth doing it. So you can just create the text document, and you don't need necessarily Python code to do it for you. Yeah. So alrighty, next what I will do is just with open, assuming that it's already existing, with open already, if I can spell, already reported.txt, and I won't be specifying mode because by default it assumes read mode as F. Okay, already reported, and I will just get all those lines that are inside the text document. Yeah, so it's F read lines like this. Next, what I will do, I will just go through each line for line in already reported. Is it like that? Yeah, it is. For line in already reported clean, and I will just do append that line, but I will strip all carriage return symbols. Yeah, like that. And the final thing I will do, I will just loop through all those account IDs within the Python dictionary. And I will check if it's already reported. If it's not, I will just submit the report. So for account in posts keys, keys like that. If account not in already reported clean, if it's not there, I will just submit a report. Mastodon report. It requires the account ID, which is actually the account. So I will just pass in the account. Then the report requires the status IDs. Basically, they want those IDs of explicit or inappropriate posts. So I will just pass them in as a value, yeah, because that's how I went about it, right? So status IDs, and it's the posts account, and when I pass in this code, basically it will automatically assign the value of that key from the dictionary. And then I need to specify comment, and for the sake of being super super verbose and be informative to the admins, I will just type in automated report account is posting inappropriate pictures of potential minors and should be banned or suspended, like that. And it also allows us to specify the category of the report, yeah, because it can be a violation of rules, it can be violation of some laws and things like that. And I'm not quite sure, because this is a CSAM report. I'm not quite sure under which category it actually falls under. I think it violates some law, yeah. it could be some GDPR or something like that, but I'm not quite sure. Like, I'm not specialist in this area, so I will just type in other, because the API allows me to specify, or just to type in other, and I will let admins to decide which kind of report this is. And also it allows, but this is optional, forward specify true. Like I said, this is optional, it's not required. For if I specify true to forward, it basically means that I want on this report won't receive only the admins of that instance, but it will receive admins of other instances as well. And next, I will just include that account ID into the text document, because next time around I don't want this report to be triggered. Yeah. So what I will do is just with open, and it's already reported.txt, and I will specify the a parameter, which, or a mode, yeah, which means append. Yeah, so whatever is already in there, I will just append to it. I will just add to it. I won't override it. As f, and what I will do, f write that account. But what I will do is I will add carriage return, because I don't want it's about the cursor. It's about the cursor, how actually Python opens the file, because it will open it with the cursor at the end of the sentence, of the last line. So that means that if I just add account, it will add it right next to the last added account. So what I need to do, I need to add first carriage return, and then add it. So carriage return, and I will just add the account like that. And I will leave it at that. Yeah. So, and save and quit. Yep. And now we can just simply test how the bot works. Python reporting bot.py. Oh, I've got okay, I need to fix some syntax error. It's the line 66. Oh yeah, right. Probably like that. That should probably do it. Oh, hang on a minute, I think there's something missing there. Oh, okay, I know what it is now. I didn't forget. It's just strings need to be on one line when you work in Vim. Or, yeah. So what I need to do is I just need to make it one line like this, and this can go on the next line like that. Yeah. My days. Okay, it's working now. It shouldn't error out. And done. You could be wondering, how do I know that actually the report was submitted? How do I know, like, actually the bot did what it was supposed to do? I will tell you this. I know it because earlier on, when I submitted the report, when I actually ran the bot, I got already feedback from the admins. Yeah, so that's how I know. Yeah, I already got feedback from admins. So the bot works. Yeah, you could be wondering. Perhaps I will just show this to you. For example, here, this online 65 Mastodon.report, this method. I try to check if this method on its own, if it gives me some kind of return value, like for example accepted, or if it gives me some kind of like JSON value with the text, sort of like going along the lines of your report has been accepted or your report has been received, this kind of stuff. And when I checked, it actually does not. The only thing this method returns is the report object itself. Yeah, so no real feedback from the method itself. But rest assured, yeah, actually it works. So I'm super happy about this. I'm super happy that actually the bot is doing its work, and yeah, like that's job done. So yeah, there you have it. So Mastodon bot is done, is finished, it's working, and I'm just glad that actually we made some kind of positive difference on the social network. The lack of moderation really shocked me. Yeah, like imagine if you have a 13-year-old or 12-year-old girl daughter at home, and she just types in the word teen into the search bar on Mastodon, and the explicit images and, for the lack of better words, is just porn. Really, it's really porn. And yeah, like this shouldn't be happening. Like to me, this is exam. It doesn't really matter how you put this. Yeah, I was quite surprised that my first bot, or the first Mastodon bot that actually I created and submitted the first reports, I actually included like this post includes or contains CSAM. Yeah, I use actually the acronym CSAM, right? And the first initial feedback from the admins was they asked me to remove the keyword CSAM, because they said that actually if I include a CSAM in my reports, it could have legal implications, basically on the running of the server, etc. And some people, like the decision makers, they could be put in trouble because of it, right? And so I did remove it. Yeah, I just reworded my report. Basically, I just reworded in such a way that it doesn't include CSAM. But even though that wasn't a really right request, yeah, but I removed it. Because my intention wasn't to put the admins into trouble, or I don't want them to have some legal repercussions. Yeah, my intention was simply to have those posts reported and those accounts to be banned and suspended. Even better if those people got arrested at some point. Yeah, but it wasn't my intention to put those admins into trouble. That wasn't my intention. My intention was just to do the right thing and report those accounts, have them suspended or banned. Yeah, because this kind of stuff just doesn't belong on social media. And this was just Mastodon. I don't use Facebook, I don't use Instagram or TikTok, so I wonder, like, if you search for certain innocent, seemingly innocent keywords, what will come up? Yeah. But yeah, so this is it for today. And if you enjoyed this video at all, just give it thumbs up or subscribe to this channel. And if you have any feedback, any input, I'm open to constructive criticism. So leave the comment down below. And until next time, take care and thank you. Bye.